World Card Game Federation here with round 1 of the Grand Kai events. A couple things I need to share with you guys. My apologies, you are going to see the camera shift a little bit here. We have a little bit of a locking problem with the base. So some of this is going to go ahead and turn a little sideways, which is not actually a metaphor for anything silly. Let's see, so for our purposes here, we're going to be seeing Trevor with Orange Retribution Broly, which is something you guys probably haven't seen a whole heck of a bunch, fighting Angelo's Red Ruthless Gohan. If you guys don't know, we're going to see basically Red Ruthless Gohan, its main thing is just to go ahead and attack and have 1 combat victories. The Broly can do that, but it's also running for MPPV, so it can do both pretty readily. So we're looking at 2 win cons versus 1. Waiting for this one to start. Just so you guys know what's going on, you use the audience. This is going to be round 1 of Swiss from Grand Kai. We're going to do this in a couple of different parts. We're still having a little bit of an issue getting the stream material together, which isn't all that crazy. It's, you know, like I said, it's a gigantic file. It's kind of hard to cut down. For this one, we're going to go ahead and do both round 1s, the streamed round 1s, and my videotaped round 1s. So that's not going to be too bad. Right now, like we said, I'm going to go ahead and put up my video round 1, and then we're going to go ahead and do the stream round 1. So that one will be coming out in the next couple of days, as soon as I get that one cut down. Interesting matchup here, like we said. We got Gohan and Broly kind of doing similar things. You know, super stage beatdown stuff, trying to OTK each other potentially. I actually didn't get to see this one while we were there because I was playing in a match not too far away, and I didn't get to see exactly what was going to happen here. I got to hear stories afterwards, but we're going to see this together for the first time. Oh, I need like dim apples. Am I sitting right to the left here?
He's a great guy.
Sorry about that. We're just jawing over there about a mutual friend. I'm going to talk about some of the other matchups. I got to play against an Orange Adept Goten. Wasn't bad at all. He was very effective, very strong.
Everybody good?
All right, and finally we were ready to start. That means that this is going to be a very short match. Yeah, I ended up getting killed in that one in a 1 combat scenario. Okay, it looks like Trevor won the roll here, so again, apologize for the camera here shifting sideways. All right, he's going to go ahead and draw stuff. Oh, mercy, that camera's hopping. Okay, he does declare combat, which is not surprising. Broly does tend to do that. Oh boy, we're starting off, of course, with Broly's level 1 physical. Raise Anger 1 level, the 4 power stages.
I'm going to use Gohan's power. 18 plus 2 plus 2. 8.
Alright, he's going to go through Gohan's level 1 right back at him, so, you know, kind of exactly what you expect. Camera turning sideways, going into a full-on movie Dutch angle, that's fine. Okay, so that one, let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, that explains that you guys are seeing what's happening already.
Endurance on this one or no? No endurance.
Okay, so our endurance is already turned off by the use of I'll Dig Your Grave. And it's going to go ahead and hit Ange, knock him to 0. His endurance is off. Camera's going Dutch angle, even deeper. Ange responds with good old red sword stab. An excellent strategy. I'm genuinely surprised that Trevor didn't bump him up with Dig's hit effect. Okay, he's going to go ahead and throw an orange extension, which is a very logical idea. Okay, all right. Remember to adjust the camera here. So it looks like I manually adjusted and didn't lock it down. Oh yeah, he's going to go ahead and use orange extensions. He's throwing a physical attack from his hand. This combat, he can go ahead and use its effect to go ahead and search out a drill. He's going to grab Disaster Drill, which is going to go ahead and add some damage and raise the anger, I think? Yeah, raise the anger. I'd say I've been away from Retribution too long, and Angel was going to try to use Endurance, but unfortunately that is not a good idea. Okay, he's going to take that hit, crit his anger down. Okay, so like I said, Extension was one of those cards that is so effective it feels wrong. Okay, and it uses the Mastery to go ahead and duplicate, I want to say that's Lunge? Oh, okay, no, he does Power Lift. That's going to go and stop his next physical. Okay, he raises Anger 2 levels with the Mastery. Okay, and that combat actually ends. Each guy runs out of moves. Broly definitely looking the better for the wear. This role is normally reversed in the Red Ruthless Gohan matchups. Generally speaking, he gets good matchups and is able to go ahead and get in there and stomp them out. Now, Angela's got a great hand there. The only problem is he's going to need stages to do it. So he's probably should go ahead and hold on to the card that he placed face down. All of a sudden, I forget what it was, and leave the crash. Oh, okay. Also, he's got to go ahead and wait. My apologies for good old Orange Retribution to be resolved. He's going to grab Crying Drill because, of course, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. Retribution and Crying Drill. Okay, and Angelo's powered up. He's going to go pass. He's going to leave Red Collision on the top of his discard pile, which, if I remember correctly, does banish when it is when entering combat. He raises anger 2 levels. Thankfully, Angelo is noticing that we've knocked the camera pretty hardcore sideways. That's okay.
It's rotating as we speak.
Oh yeah, we were just noticing that the camera was actually moving without being moved. What a day. Okay, so of course Trevor begins his turn. He's got excellent materials in play. He's got all the tools. He can move in for what potentially could be a death kill. A death combat or an OTK. So it's going to be intense. Okay, Red Collision gets banished. He raises his anger 1 level on the banish. Is it 2 or 1? Just 1. Huh. My memory is 2. I must be thinking of that one red laser energy thing. Okay, Anna's got a couple of neat cards. Nothing too crazy.
Start with Brawly Power.
Okay, so he Brawly Powers to level. Oh, he reveals 2 attack cards? He reveals... I forgot the name of that particular orange card. I want to call Orange Bonk, but that's not the name of it in Dig. To go ahead and reveal. Go ahead and banish the top card of Angelo's life deck. Okay, Drills goes back in with the effect of Retribution. Excuse me, with the perfection that is Retribution. Okay, Angelo's the right idea. He's going to go ahead and stop that with red blocking hands and gain 2 power stages, raise his anger 2 levels. Very effective, very helpful. He needed them stages. Okay, he's going to Gohan's Power Punch to go ahead and level. Now you guys are thinking, that's a pretty sweet move there. He leveled with it. It became unstoppable. They're in the same power stage. Like I said, that's a pretty decent hit there.
You're at 3 above, actually.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Broly's transformation. Excuse me, ability to reduce the effectiveness of transformations. So it looks like good old Trevor's going to take the damage because he kind of has to. He's going to Orange Retribution Mastery. He has changed levels this combat, so he does activate the Drill Search capability. And Checkup Drill comes back out along with, I cannot remember the name of this particular orange block. It's the one that makes your AT4 for the combat and raise your anger 1 level. It's a very effective card, especially given this scenario. This matchup where he doesn't have to worry about it. You want to keep his AT that way. And, it could potentially backfire with Angelo hitting him back with AT being 4. Alright, so Angelo has his power here from Gohan's power. He's going to go and drop Relaxation, an excellent strategy. He's going to go ahead and search out any attack or block. Gosh, it's hard for this one. He would need certain cards. Oh, he grabs red blocking hand, an excellent choice. Hardest thing in the world here is just how hard, like you said, all the potential stage damage that Angelo could take during this combat. Because look at this giant hand that Trevor's carrying at this point. Okay, and then we have a Dig. That's going to go and hit Edge. She's going to turn off his Endurance, unfortunately. It'll do 7 power stages, I believe, from all the buffs in play. Unless there's one on the level 2 Broly that I'm not remembering. Yeah, there must have been, judging by just how much damage he just took. Ow. Man, those Digs made an appearance. There he goes back over to Edge. The camera's tilting like mad. He doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of options. He's going to pass. I don't blame him. Rope-a-dope for a while. Because don't waste a block, don't waste an attack. You have to. Oh, Suppressive Strike. Fantastic. Rejuvenates 2 because he is saying no, combat cannot be ended. Or use any cards like Time.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, 9 power stages. Angelo's right to block it. He gains 2 stages, raises anger 2 levels. Hard to hold on to that anger. Likelihood of getting critted away is very high. Angelo rightfully passes. I believe Trevor's holding 2 more attacks. Okay, and I don't remember the name of this particular card. It's the one that raises anger 1 level, lets him serve a drill. Wow, 10 power stages.
Oh, you're C now. So 1, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, they did a recalculation there. Let's see that damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And unfortunately, Angelo is critted, so that anger he worked so darn hard to get. And the thing is, Angelo knows to just hold on to that attack, because there's no point. Okay, combat ends, and he ends up using the effects of checkup drill to rejuvenate 2 cards into combat. It goes back over to Ange, he starts his turn. The camera's tilting pretty far, but we haven't lost anything in the way of the action. Okay, it looks like Ange drew a couple of really exciting cards there. He's got 4 power stages. Ooh, a lot of things that need power stages to go off to be able to start just wrecking them. And that is unfortunate because he won't have it in one action. Oh, he does anyway. He ends up banishing this card for the this one on the enter. I guess Ange is probably going to ditch one of these for like the energy block for a physical block. Oh, the first shot of red Shattering Leap. And it looks like he's gonna. I guess if you know you're not going to have the stages in a second.
So might as well do it on my own energy.
There's a red Shattering Leap, and you know Trevor's still holding the same block. And time, and it is over. She is over. Angelo could have done some things. He might have been able to Fidego a little bit. And he uses Broly's power to banish top card of his life deck. Goes back over to Edge. Not sure what he has planned. I'd probably ditch that one energy block in my hand to go ahead and, to go. Ditch the time in my hand to go and get.
Oh, he makes it. Okay. Gotcha. So I looked at it.
Did that thing rotate by itself again?
Oh, good. I finally noticed the camera's all wild. Okay, so he did the thing we talked about. He ditched the attack, and he's going to go and grab a block. I can't say as I blame him. At this point, I also could become aware that the game, excuse me, some of the camera rigging here just needed to be manually tightened. Go ahead and get that settled. And like you said, Angelo has
Out of blocking hands.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Let's go. Stop. 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Oversized drill, so
okay. All right, so Angelo went and got a card. It looks like he grabbed Red Stop, which is actually a really good idea. I can't say I blame him. Though, would it not be hilarious if Trevor just magically just so happened to have a villainous energy sphere just because this combat? Yeah, he uses. Wow, he's going to go ahead and use the mastery. Go ahead and level. Excuse me. And he has changed levels his combat so he can manifest the searching drill property. Amazing thing. Oh man. Crying drill comes out, heaven knows why. Good stuff happening over here. Okay, resolve. He's level 3. Angelo gets to go ahead and throw a power punch, raises anger 2 levels. It would hit him for 0 because he didn't level. And he has a 7-stage physical hanging out on Broly's level 3. Angelo has to weigh this out. He has to assume there's a worse card. Okay, red stop is there. He does not choose to lower his anger. He masteries to go and grab Gohan's power punch and throw it a second time. An absolutely fantastic move. He rope-a-dope that. I applaud. If you can't hear this on there, bravo. Bravo. I thought there were no moves left. Angelo did great there. Okay, he's going to go ahead and go to 3 above because, of course, it's Broly. Yeah. Yeah, on the hit, he gets to lower the anger, which is pretty good.
Crying drill.
He's going to crying drill.
Use his physical or banish your crying.
Oh, man. 1 second too late, so he uses physical. Time stops it, unfortunately, again. This would have been a very interesting little battle minus
I
time.
got 1 attack through, so I thought they were all good.
Actually, I'm still going to try to block it for another anger.
Oh, okay, so he is throwing out that one orange-style block to raise his anger 1 level. So you guys notice the dual win cons. This Broly could, of course, kill him if he has to, but he's still mostly just running for level 4. Looks like Disaster Drill is going to come back out.
My 1 combat was tagged.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and pass, rejuvenate, and he goes back over to Angelo. He's got an interesting position to be in. He can banish drills like mad, but it's just getting everything situated to make all this happen. It's dang tough. Alright, Angelo's going to go ahead and not trust the hand on this one. I wouldn't either. It's nice to have a physical block, but still. Okay, he passes, rejuvenates, goes back over to Trevor. Trevor's carrying, looks like I see 1 attack. Okay, he declares combat because you guys know Broly lives in combat. There's no reason to go into combat pretty much every turn.
gosh, my face is about to get hit.
Oh, dang. So Angelo did not draw much of anything in the way of anything useful, excuse me. So he's probably going to be able to take one good hit before all the stages are gone.
If you level up, I draw a card.
Bad times. Alright. 4, 5, 6.
You're at E, I'm at F, so that's
Wow.
2.
So he throws Android Rising Punch. It's for a crud ton. Terrible. He takes a little bit of damage. It's horrendous. Okay, he does use the endurance after all. Angelo has a chance to respond. A fantastic idea, but unfortunately it is going to backfire because if you think about Angelo having no blocks, all of his damage gets banished. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and hit him with a good 9 power stages in this one. And the neat thing is he's going to force him to skip, and for this one he's going to force Trevor to no longer be able to raise his anger. Okay. Is it for 8 power stages or life cards? So life may convert power stages, okay. And banishes another drill. So it's a good way to shoot good old Order Retribution in the kneecap is to have just a couple of key drills get knocked the heck out. Which are, near as I can tell, one ofs. Okay, Trevor has a chance to respond. And Orange Extension does its thing. So he gets to go ahead and search out a drill. And of course, Checkup Drill comes out and he gets to grab a block, most likely.
Plus that's 2, 4.
So he grabs a refocus for potentially being able to retarget a drill. I didn't see any drills in discard pile. Doesn't mean they're not there. I'm just saying I didn't see them.
5.
You guys probably are looking at your time frames right now. Excuse me, your timelines, and noticing that this fight's almost over. Something wild's about to go down. Okay, so he ends up taking a good amount of power stages. Life card damage from that last attack. This could be indicative. Ouch. And the endurance shows up at the last, just cuz. Oh yeah, all damage is vanished, I couldn't forget. And there it is. Orange Refocus stops this attack. Ugh. And Disaster Drill makes another appearance. So Angelo unfortunately has used up his shot with that one. He cannot raise his anger. Excuse me, Trevor cannot raise his anger, but he doesn't need it. Oh, he's doing a life deck count. That usually signals. He's Babe Ruth and he's setting up his shot. He's signaling for a home run.
I'll Brawly Power.
Brawly Power. Banish the top. Draw a card.
8.
8 life cards, or well, 8 power stages, but 8 life cards, what it translates into. And Angelo has a little bit of endurance to make this less than Death Blow, but not that much less. So unfortunately, Angelo doesn't have enough tools or enough time to be able to get where he needs to go. And I think we haven't been doing properly banishing all damage.
Is it best 2 3?
Just one. Just respect. Oh yeah, top.
Oh boy, here we go. Big Gohan's Power Punch.
1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Do you do the effect first? No, it's
3, 4, 5, 6.
Alrighty. And he takes a little bit of damage back to everyone's shock. Actually crits him down. It does a decent amount. Like we talked about this, that was how the Red Ruthless Gohan works. It's just like a good close-in swarming boxer. Excuse me, a slugger boxer. All you do is get it, boom, and that's a dig for the end. Sorry, folks. That one was, man, bad hands, bad draws, into a heck of a death blow. It's excellent round 1, however.